sometimes I wonder how these people did what they did. Because I've been in government before, and I know what it takes, you know, to have access to money. And so sometimes I ask, was it because I was naive or because I was stupid? That's the question I ask myself. And
or maybe you were simply not corrupt.
No, you see, every human being will have some, but then it is about you yourself, how you were trained, how you were brought up, and objective you set for yourself as you enter that public office. I've always said one thing to myself and to my friends, that it is only by the grace and the favor of God Almighty that we are in such positions, because we are not better than the other 30 million Ghanaians.
True.
We are not more intelligent, we are not more handsome or more beautiful than them. It's just by the favor of God that we find ourselves. So once you get yourself into that position, what you must understand is that the God who has given you the opportunity to be in that position cannot be said to have made a mistake.
Yes.
And so all your actions and whatever you do must rather go to glorify that God who gave you that opportunity to serve. Because opportunities that are open to you, millions of Ghanaians will never have that opportunity.
Yeah.
When you are in government, there are so many doors that are open to you that hitherto you wouldn't get. And so, apart from those ones, if you also think about stealing, thievery, pilfering, then you don't really know the essence of being in that position. And what you're actually doing is to rebel against the grace and the favor that had been bestowed on you. So when I was going to enter politics, and I talked to an uncle of mine who I knew was also into it in the past. Do you know what he told me? Look, the Vanderpuye, we are not many. Our name strikes a chord. It's a very big name. And I said, as you go out there, don't go and engage yourself in anything that will bring shame and dishonor to the family. Be careful about whatever you do. Even that opportunity to be where you are is enough to the credit of the family. And so don't go and do anything that will discredit this family. And then he told me a story. He said, have you heard of the name Justice Nkumsa before? I said, no. I said, he was one of the most brilliant politicians we had during the Nkrumah regime. He speaks English like a parrot. He was the most eloquent and the most coherent politician of the time. It was said that he even sometimes drafted Nkrumah speeches.
Oh, okay.
But then when we were overthrown and the commission was set up and Justice Nkumsa was brought before the commission, all his English got lost.
Wow.
All his English got lost. His mouth was shaking. So be careful. As you go in there, don't go and get yourself involved in anything that tomorrow when you are called before any commission or committee, you cannot explain yourself. So that has been a guiding principle. So I would say that we are all politicians, but sometimes your upbringing, your training, and the sort of objective you set for yourself before you enter politics will also determine how corrupt you will be. I would say I was surprised, seriously, as I said earlier, because it is not easy to have access to government funds the way they had. And it is not easy to create such loot and share strategic planning within governmental space, unless there is laxity on the part of leadership, unless there is official complicity. It is not easy for anyone at that level, an agency or a department or a ministry, to do what some of them did. And I don't know how they did it. It's become almost, let me say, a puzzle and a miracle to me, because I don't know how they did it. I don't know how they were able, for example, the NSA thing. How on earth can people sit down and contrive that we're going to create such number of even 1, 2, 3 ghosts are even enough?
Yeah.
Too many for you to be able, because to do that, they don't have some repulsions, they don't have some fear, they don't have some. Is there anything that did not, come to them to think that what we are doing is dangerous or what we are doing is criminality? I ask myself those questions. And then you can create over 10,000, 20,000. Hey, how are you able to manage the system? These are the questions I've been asking myself. That's what I'm saying. I'm a bit surprised some of the things I'm hearing. When it comes to the buffer stock one, I am totally overwhelmed. Buffer stock. When we could not have money to buy food to feed children in schools.
Yeah.
In fact, I remember at a time, our Busuapaying had to lobby all of us to contribute money for MOBA, our 83 group, to buy things and take to our school, because the school children could not get food. And it's a fact in this country that between 2022, 2023, 24, there were problems with feeding school children.
Yeah.
Some of the schools had to close down prematurely, come on vacation. And then you were sitting at a place where you're supposed to do this procurement to feed the schools. And you could do this. Well,
he's denied it actually.
He will have his day in court. And I will say one thing here. If you look at the issues that have been raised, at least when we were passing the Yoko law, my brother was also in parliament at the time. There is a particular clause in that law that makes it very, very difficult for you when you get yourself hooked up in debt. Because one of the this thing says that you must be able to prove how you got by such properties because it's outside the realm of your monthly salary. I don't know how much you save. I don't know, but if you listen to the fact that how was even the wife able to acquire 67 luxury and fashionable handbags, some of them costing $3,500, some of them $5,000. You understand? And you think Yoko has not gone to a house to see all those handbags before coming out to talk about it? All these evidence of transfers being done, they are not something that anybody could come out and conjure or spill out without fact. That's why I say it has taken them time to be able to trace these things and to. And you see, one thing I know and one thing I've picked up is the fact that some of them, right from day one, start on the premise of, plea. You understand? And then try to see whether they could. And then you end up giving so much information. And those things, as soon as the Attorney General refuses your plea bargain, it's used as evidence against you. So some of these things, well, we heard about them long ago. I was sitting somewhere and I heard people, ordinary people, some of their own party people, not anywhere in parliament, discussing and talking about, hey, sana yakoba, sana manfu akwa properties, you understand? And that person also served in government. Why is it that person's name has not been mentioned? Why is it Seth sitting here today? Why is it Seth has not been invited?
So on that note, let's say good morning to
Seth has not been invited by
former Eastern Regional Minister. Good morning.
Seth has not been invited by Yoko, by Attorney General, by police, or any other person. It's about how you conducted yourself in office.
Yeah.
So you could deny, you can say it is not true. By the end of the day, we shall all be in the court, and we shall hear things ourselves. I remember very well when we left power, I was invited so many times to Yoko. They said I stolen money meant for Edubiasi Sports Stadium. I didn't know how I stole it. I heard on radio station somebody said I was carrying it in Ghana must go back. you understand?
On your head or what?
I went. So many. At the end of the day, what happened? We were here when some of us were dragged to police, CID. They said we've taken double salary and all those things. And then what happened? So, well, he has denied it. I hope he will be in court. I hope he will have, not like Justice Nkumsa, but he will have the courage to be able to, the confidence to be able to defend himself. But I think that maybe leadership of government at the time did not help matters. Because you see, one thing I learned when I was in government was that there was peer check on ourselves. Our individuals, there were national security cameras on us. The life we're leading, the properties we're acquiring, and all those things. And then the old man will call you. Ni, what's the accident be or Apulaku, what's it down on Castle? Ha? To say, I mean, you understand? I'm talking about Professor Mills.
Professor Mills.
Sir, really, me? Sir, them feel na yeko guadebi aye fahona esonchino. Eno anu wakano. Oh, anwa. No, they say start to see and sana yeba abem. Nyo. Okay, what's a Chenkastle? Antini, a bit me a design unkakra na wa yeah. You understand? I just want you to know that when the system could keep its own people within limits, and you are conscious of the fact that there is somebody like the Russian principal who watches the watchman. There's somebody behind me watching what I do, then you will be able to keep it. But when it's like, it's laissez-faire, it's like a general laxity. Everybody is scrambling and all this, and the heads do not care. What happens is that such embarrassments befall all of us.
Right.
Such sitting here, I think maybe he'll be living here asking himself, how did this happen? So how do people see me? Because I'm going to ask him if he got some. He should give me, if he also got some. Because it's strange.
Because 78.2 million cedis is a lot to go by.
If even at buffer stock, NSA, such figures could come out, then what was happening at the presidency? What was happening at the presidency itself? Because, look, we heard about Charles Bisu's own, we heard about so many other issues. So it tells me that maybe things are happening and the president and his we're not calling people to caution them, to talk to them, ask them questions. Because you see, if...
it was being done on the blind side.
Possibly. But let me give you a story. My boss, my former boss, Kofi Todobekwache, said there was so much check on themselves that even the dress you wear, the shoe you wear, the questions that you answer. He said, for example, on his wedding anniversary, the father-in-law was magnanimous enough and gave him a gift of a Rolex watch. Abrantepa, he's got first time he's worn a Rolex watch. The next cabinet he wore the watch to cabinet. Late President Gerald John Rawlings was sitting there. Then he looked at the watch and said, "Hey, Mr. Kwachi, what watch are you wearing?" He said, "Rolex. My father-in-law gave it to me." I said, "Oh, really? This must be expensive. Let me see." Then he took it off and gave it to him. He picked it and gave it to Nana Tudazi. "Can you sell it and give it to Osu Children's Home?"
Just like that.
He said, "Up to today." I remember there was a time when a minister of state, we were having an anniversary of the revolution at the State House. I was a commentator. My commentary position was close, so close to the presidential days. Then a minister and the wife walked in. The wife was elegantly dressed. Then the Rawlings saw him, and they came a bit late. So he saw him and the wife. He looked at him, he looked at the wife. He was gorgeous, some white lace, beautiful lace. And the wife too, the guns with Ameji Abba. They were wearing the same material.
Oh, okay.
So I saw the old boy call the ADC, said you should call the minister for him. Then he came and said, I asked him a simple question. How much is this your lace? See, there, at the state function, the minister was, and your wife want to stand. The next day, dismissed.
Wow.
Dismissed. Opulence, affluence, ostentatiousness, and all those things was almost like curse in the government. You are not supposed to.
Right.
So they said they develop, all of them said they develop some attitude called, principle called postponed ostentation.
Okay.
You understand? Okay. Once he's serving in government,
exactly.
Yeah, you know, simple dressing, simple this thing. Even if you have money to buy a car, you won't buy the car. You wait until you get out of government. Yeah. So there must be checks.
The absence of these checks.
I believe so. There must be checks within ourselves to know. You know, if Seth and I are in the same government, and all of a sudden Seth sees me driving a Benz, all of a sudden I've acquired property at Chain Homes and all those things. Seth knows my salary. I know his salary. It will be right. Charlie, feel more carefully. You understand? We'll help ourselves that way. But when the system was said that nobody cares, everybody was living his own and all those things, these are the things that will happen.
Very well. Very well. Let me bring Honorable Champon into the conversation. The issue of the fight against corruption and the Attorney General's press conference yesterday. 78.2 million cedis in one scandal. Then National Service rising to 2 billion. It's scary, isn't it?
Nana, definitely when such huge sums of monies are called out, hey, they are money, and they are huge. So in this, it strikes a chord. Let me say good morning to